There is a reason why Jesus Christ was born in the night. This was not just something that happened per coincidence, but it was deliberate and it was appointed to be so. The question is, why? Now check this out. The Bible tells us that God himself is light, and in him there cannot be any darkness. Now, with our knowledge of what happened in creation, if we remember correctly, in Genesis chapter 1, in verse 3 and verse 16, we see God creating light. Yes, both instances God creates light, but different types of light. Now, in verse 3, the Bible tells us that God found the world to be void, dark, without form. And what is the first thing that he creates or speaks into existence? Light. Why? He wants to announce his presence, that he is now here. So the first light is him. And therefore, we now know that light is represented by him. And darkness, all other opposing forces. Now capture this by the Spirit. In verse 16, there is something different about this light. The Bible tells us that God attaches authority to this light. He says that the greater light will rule the day, whereas the lesser light will rule the night. So now there is a distinction between the authority attached to the light. This light is purposefully created or purposefully there for one purpose, so that we can distinguish between the days and the times and the seasons. But now, why then attach authority? You see, God wanted us to understand something. Although there is darkness that exists in the world and in our lives, one thing is real, that the light that exists, greater or lesser, is still controlled by God. In other words, even though there is darkness in your life, God is still in control. Now, when he brings Jesus, or he allows him to be born in the night, he wants to show that darkness, yes, you have been ruling, but now the light has come. Now, what does that mean for me and for you? You see, in this month of December, I have already said that it is the month of new beginnings, the month of Genesis. But what that means for you and for me, specifically around the birth of Christ, is that every ounce of darkness, my goodness, that was ruling your life must disappear, because where there is light, darkness cannot be. Now, Jesus Christ being born into our lives in this month, being born symbolically so into our situations in this month, it means that every ounce of darkness, my goodness, must disappear, because now light is here. Everything that was hovering over you, every shadow. So don't be surprised when people can't stand you or they can't be around you anymore. It's the light within you that will be getting rid of the darkness. That's what happens when you switch on a light bulb. Darkness must disappear. Darkness must give way. Now, as Jesus Christ, my goodness, he is born into our lives in this time. He is bringing his light. He is bringing his hope. He is bringing life. So every situation, my goodness, where there was darkness, where there was death, where there was any opposing force, my goodness, light has come to illuminate those situations, to bring hope, to bring about a new light and a new life, meaning nothing can exist, nothing can survive, nothing that is not of God can thrive any longer. Don't be surprised by the changes you will see in people's characteristics. Don't be surprised by people who will be leaving you. It will be your light that they can't stand.